good night, Tobago. Welcome back into Tobago Updates Television Studios. All right, I'll be your host for this afternoon. My name is Edison Thomas, and we are live with For the Hour. And as I say, welcome back. We have been on a little extended hiatus with this show, our Monday night program, For the Hour. But it was for a good cause, for the culture. It's for the culture. We had Tobago Carnival that we just finished off here at Oakbay Studios, had extensive coverage of many of the events. And so in order to accommodate those cultural events, we had to do some shifting around in terms of our scheduling. But we're back, and we continue on with our regularly scheduled programming. And I'm also very happy to be back with you and also getting to speak about Tobago's issues once more. All right. So again, welcome back. I hope you guys, I hope I wasn't going too much. I hope I didn't forget about me, but I missed you guys, and we're back and we continue on with our regularly scheduled programming. But again, we said it's for the culture, right? So we recently convened our second year or second installation of the Tobago Carnival. All right. And there has been a lot of persons weighing in and doing kind of post-mortem on how the events went, how the experience was from the guests, from all the major business stakeholders, you know. And I remember last year we on this program we was able to bring in some of the artists, or we were able to bring in some of the persons from the music and entertainment sector to discuss the Tobago Carnival and how it went. And so this week, or this edition of the program, we want to also continue that. All right. So here to discuss the hit or miss, or the successes and drawbacks of this year's edition of Tobago Carnival, we want to welcome back the entertainer, Simba Lion. All right, welcome back, Simba Lion. All right, so Simba Lion was here last year with us. You know, we had a very fun program last year. Good to have you back on set with us. And we have Mr. Michael Skeet, who is the music producer, CEO of Stone Tower Studios. All right, so guys, and this will be our panel for tonight. Guys, welcome. I hope that we have a very fruitful discussion this afternoon on what really took place over not this weekend only, last weekend, for the Tobago Carnival. Yeah. But generally, I want to get you guys' initial thoughts, right? Just viewing it, you guys were in a part of the experience from different angles, yes. One as an entertainer, one as a producer behind the scenes. But how do you think the carnival went? Was it a success, or does it need to develop some more? We go start with you, Simba. Go ahead.
All right. Well, first of all, good night, Tobago Updates. Let me jump into it. Well, I would say it definitely looked to the general public real good on paper, right? If we had to deal with the issues who get affected by the carnival, who benefit by the carnival, and well, my thing is music, so I mostly watch that side of the thing, right?
Right.
So for the music side of the thing, I would say it kinda
was it an improvement from last year?
It definitely was an improvement from last year.
Okay.
Let me start with that.
All right, okay.
All right. I'm gonna leave you with that for now.
Right, no problem.
Don't worry, you wanna win.
Go ahead.
Well, special good night to Tobago Updates. It had a hit and it have several misses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I make sure and come in Scarborough. A sure hit is moving the event from Crown Point to Scarborough.
Okay.
That was a hit.
Centralizing everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
And as Simba say, the thing look good on paper and all the pictures and thing, but on the ground, I actually observe certain things now by actually coming in the city and watching and and listening. And I was even doing my own little survey, asking people, what you think about the carnival and how it went? And you had some negatives, you had positives.
Right.
Yeah.
So last year, and we draw a lot of comparisons to what happened last year because we want to improve.
Right.
Last year, one of the complaints was the sheer amount of events that was put on by the THA kind of competing with the private promoters and everything. Was that a similar issue this time around, or was it a good balance?
Well, first of all, it's hard to really say, because you don't know who is THA.
You don't know where one start and one stop.
Private, because from my understanding, the THA also assisting private people in showing the events and stuff. So now a private promoter get assisted by the THA, and as we see, when you see a flyer come out for whatever event they're doing, it is plastered with the Trinidad acts, right? So if the flyer have 10 artists on it, you would see 7 artists from Trinidad and 2-3 artists in between from Tobago, right? Now, my thing is, if it is Tobago Carnival, we still need to remember that we part to play, 1 as musicians, 2 as promoters, 2 as patrons. So the patrons who come to enjoy themselves, whether they're from Trinidad and Tobago, foreigners, them have to know that it's Tobago we is, so we supporting Tobago. DJs and them still, I have to say, they didn't 100% give me that on the road feeling like all they're trying to push the Tobago song. Let me just say this too, right? Look at it this way. If somebody was to make a video, right, of themselves on the road for the carnival, they cannot tell where this carnival is being taken place. Because 1, the music in the background is Trinidad music, just to say.
So they wouldn't be able to differentiate between the two?
They can't differentiate. If let me say we go in Grenada, and you see a video in Grenada with them jumping up, you hear
the jab,
you hear it saying that in Grenada, but right? So I say, if we try to sell Tobago, we have to sell it correct, right or wrong.
Right.
So it's just to involve the local music, I find, more on the roads, even when they're crossing the judging points. Now, you have to find the root of the problem, right? And how I see it is, the mass band owners, right? Them is the one responsible for hiring a DJ. Right? And they're also responsible for letting the DJ know what they want to play when they're crossing this area, or if to focus on this music. So I'm trying to find who to point the finger, right? So when I go down on a thing, I say, boy, somebody mass bands need to tell the DJs, here what's going on. This is Tobago Carnival. If you cannot pay 40, 50, 60% of Tobago music, because I want to jump up to Tobago music, I'm from Tobago, we in Tobago.
Right.
If you can't do that for me, brother, then this is the wrong band for you to come and play for. I believe that for now.
Yeah, but I thought, but in terms of the music, right? Last year we had a number of artists locally that were available to play. Yeah, it was at the same, coming from the music production perspective, was that the same kind of thing this year where we had a lot of local content available to play on the airwaves?
Definitely. It had more than last year.
Okay.
Even for the auditions for the Soca Titans, I was surprised to see the amount of artists. I say, all these artists, you know where they come from? Some of them say they ain't sing in 10 years. Even, Starline, all of these guys, Cablis, these guys that used to sing from way back.
Right.
And when they saw what happened last year with the Lekito drum rhythm, they say that inspired me to come out again and do this thing, to sing again.
Right.
But not just, as Simba said, not just the artists to identify Tobago. Because when it comes to mass in Tobago, our identity is mud.
Okay. Right. That's the truth.
And that white jersey and cutting it for me. I used to play mud now. And when I play mud, you can't make me out.
Yeah.
You see?
So the mud was a little bit.
Right. We need that presence mud. So because as Simba said, when you look at Grenada, you're seeing Jab. When you watch at Tobago, you must see mud. Trinidad, you must see Pretty Mass. I'm not saying we shouldn't have Pretty Mass too, but the overall
The product. Yeah.
of Tobago.
It's more
must
so
be
mud than the Prissima.
Yes. Let me just add to that, Tower. There are some things they cannot change and some things they could change, right? So like the mud, I realized they try to change the style of how they do it. First of all, mud is life. Them is the ones that, and the Bagatelle camp, right? But what people are accustomed to in Tobago is the jumping at the evening for the mud. You see when the sun starts to go down, and you're in the camp and you're muddy up, and then you leave.
In the hot sun.
But if in the hot sun, you will die. You will die. At 9 in the morning,
it was in the hot sun.
After you jump Juve, to go 9 to 2 o'clock in mud, dry hot sun, mud dry up on your skin. So all that is something we have to consider.
Right.
If only want a real large turnout. No, not every event. I would say they could capitalize on and say, well, pay an entrance, and not everything is a pay an entrance or bring an artist and have an artist sing. Something is just traditional and you keep it like that, you know.
Yeah.
And I believe the mud in particular should go back to the way how it was
before,
and let the whole tongue
dirty. Right.
Yeah. Let me just say that.
Generally, what has happened is that you say it's had the mud in between, like the evening sun now going down. But this year they had night mass instead. Right? How was you think that the mud if you replace the mud with the night mass, it would have been much more, because I think the night mass would have been the least
amount of
turnout in terms of all the events over the weekend. So you think replacing that with the mud would have been a better result?
Definitely. There is nothing, Tower, let me just say this, there is nothing
in stone
in Scarborough. You see, the mud mass is the biggest thing you're going to get to match the Juve.
Okay.
I can say that honestly, and I know plenty of people that agree with me when I say that.
Right.
We've been doing this for years, you know.
Yes, truth. It was a product of Tobago Carnival. Well, normal regular Trinidad and Tobago Carnival. Mud mass is the biggest thing in Tobago as always.
Yes.
Right? I remember last year, Simba, you worked very hard in terms of compiling all the Tobago artists. And being able to push that list out to all the promoters for the artists to get bookings. How was that process done this year? Did you attempt to do something similar?
Well, definitely not personally, because I tell myself the work was already done last year.
Right.
And I also had to say I pay for it last year, you know. Some things I did last year, I'm still paying for it all now, right?
Okay.
Means I open my mouth and I say certain things, certain people get annoyed, they vexed, all of a sudden. Whoever associate themselves with Simbaland, all of a sudden tell me they ain't getting no booking. So I could tell you that personally, right?
Okay.
On other side of it, is only few artists that actually get an opportunity to perform or be on a flyer. Now, watch out this, let me talk about the Soca Titans that happened recently, right?
Okay.
Now, as Tom Tower said, it's about 50-something artists that went and tried to get recognized to make it to the finals. 50-something.
So, wow.
Yes, 50-something people audition, right?
Right.
And I myself was one of them. And 10 of them is what they pick. First of all, 10 from 50-something. I have to say, that's a big difference, right?
It's a big
difference. So then also, now, my thing is to make sure that we Tobago artists get recognized equally. Because music platform is one platform. I know bigger artists on this platform and you artists on this platform. All of these musicians, so we're on the same platform. Some might be rated higher than some, but we're on the same platform. So my thing is, when we are the carnival over here, I find that the soca music that being played is fully Trinidad, is one-sided, too much. The shows that we get is one-sided. Now, if you keep the Titans, the Soca Titans. Now, hats off to them who keep it, yes, right? But I just saying that cannot be the only opportunity for Tobago artists to get to shine. So you have to compete. The only chance you get as a Tobago Soca artist is to compete. Now, I saying competing is okay, you know. We just have that, no problem, it's good. It helps build you, right? But still, you must be able to have some shows that is designed for local entertainers.
Right.
So we too
To
could eat
showcase.
our food besides trying to get in the finals. Because look at this. 50-something went out there, performed. Some of them paid money to record their track, get TV track organized before they went and
Right.
did their thing. Some of them buy clothes, all kind of thing.
Right.
50-something and only 10 was picked. Well, 9 because they used Culture B
Culture B from
and
last
add
year.
him to the cast, which
Yeah.
was fair, right?
Yeah.
Right?
As
Big
the
up
returning
Culture.
winner.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Despite it was a different monarch, it don't matter. He was the winner last year.
Right.
So it's only right he get automatically placed into the new
Into the
final.
final.
Yeah. Right.
So are they saying 10? Then stop. Let me push. Let me talk a little bit more on this, right?
Yeah.
Then when we go further into the competition, we realize that they have a training program. Now, for me, there's no problem with the training program, eh? But I believe if all they want to go that way with training artists and developing them, all they need to probably do this as a just how they have agriculture class.
Well, ongoing.
You must have something standard for musicians. Where you know a music artist could go in and get developing on his vocals. He could get developing on choreography. He could get developing on promoting, marketing.
And
So-
it have infrastructure in place for that right now. They have Tea Park and all these
But
people.
we're not
that
seeing,
could-
we're not seeing
that could
nothing.
help out
We're
with
not
that.
getting no information saying that they're doing that.
Yeah.
But my thing is, they decide to do this boot camp, training camp for the artists
Yeah.
who was in the finals.
Only in the finals.
Now, so first of all,
So
you say
only in the finals.
only in the finals.
Okay.
So let me just make this clear. For me, it looked like the only reason you're gonna get assistance from the
if you reach
THA
the
is if you
finals.
reach the finals.
Right.
Because if we're trying to develop the people and the musicians, you shouldn't have to reach a finals to get assistance.
Right.
All right, I will leave it there.
All right. Okay.
You know?
Okay. So in terms of the music production, right? Those soca artists, well, I know that you'll have probably produced some of the songs for the artists. And you know sometimes there's always complaint, the quality. Is it that the quality they're looking for, they always want to compare to Trinidad as opposed to us developing our own product and our own sound? Or is it that Carnival, the soca must be very identical to what Trinidad is offering? And so that is what people want to hear, and that is what... So what do you think about that, Tower?
Well, at first, when they talk about the carnival and that the quality and update, they were actually talking about the product itself. The mastering and the mixing and everything wasn't up to our standard.
Right.
But we have overcome and bypassed that now.
Right.
In that, you know, we listen out to what the people saying, and they say, okay, we need to improve on this. But this also takes money.
Right.
For a studio guy to upgrade his mic, a good microphone, a good preamp, you know. And training for the artists, as Simba say with the boot camp. This could be something going on within Tobago, not just for Carnival, but
On a general.
Yeah.
in general,
Right.
for who want to develop that craft. And then, as you say, we need our own, our unique product. We don't want to song like Trinidad.
Correct.
We want to song like Tobago. When you hear it, you must say, that is a Tobago artist.
Like for instance, when you bring up Grenada, and their sound is different.
Totally different.
And you have the Dennery from St. Lucia.
Yes.
Totally different song.
Yes.
Right?
Barbados different.
Barbados have a different song. So,
Yeah.
I mean, here is one country, Trinidad and Tobago, but there's still
Two different
this
cultures.
year there's still a lot of subcultures that
Yes.
Tobago has that Trinidad do have, and we need to recognize that, especially when it comes to the music. Yeah?
And let me just say this, we can't offer everything else and let it be recognized as a Tobago carnival, and we're not offering music. Think about it. We offering the mass, we offering the steel pan, we offering the food vendors on the street, we offering all these things for the carnival. And we're not offering the local music.
Right.
Think about that.
Right.
When you go on the road, all you're hearing is Trinidad songs, even the old songs. People complain saying that this carnival was mostly old songs they jumped to on the road.
From last carnival.
From last year
Okay.
before, and
Yeah.
there were so many songs that came out from since about August.
Yes,
from
yes,
August
yes.
till now. Even
Yeah.
songs still coming out I see Adana and other artists. I myself, we had the red tag with them. We still.
And then get the airplay as much.
No, well, what? I have to say, if the airplay for the radio
Yes,
station,
yes.
well done. I have to say that.
Well, let me come back. We gotta go to that. But we gotta take a break first, right? When we come back, we'll continue discussion about the radio stations, right? We take a break and we'll be right back.
The Division of Settlements, Public Utilities and Rural Development has relocated its Crown Point office to Glen Road in Scarborough to better serve you, our clients. Our main office is located at the corner of Glen Road and Glen Road Branch Number 1, the building formerly occupied by Costa. Our grant and electrical inspectorate services can be accessed at Number 2 Montessori Drive in Glen Road, Building 1 and 2.
But this place is boring enough. We don't even do nothing. Let me go somewhere now.
I really want some new things, yes?
Then look no further. Portmore is the place for you.
Oh, really?
Yes, you can have anything that your heart desires. Take a look for yourselves. A world of endless opportunities. Feeling hungry? Go get something to eat. Books and stationeries, games, and much more. Portmore, the island's beat.
Hey, hello guys, welcome. Come have a seat. Oh, this is so stylish and I love the fabric. Darlings, you must tell us where you got your new furnishings.
We got them locally at Standard. They've got new chic European furniture, crafted from high quality material.
Oh, Standard?
No, it's Standard, their brand new Hive collection.
Experience luxurious European furniture at a price you will love. The Hive Collection, now exclusively available at Standard.
You know, who would I ever believe, Jessica could take care of a child,
I know, right? I'm a kinship foster parent to my nephew Malik.
Papa, you remind me of my grandmother, you know, when she used to take care of my cousins.
If I didn't step in, I don't know where he would have ended up. Plus, I get support from Children's Authority, training, and counseling.
But Jessica, you're not married?
That doesn't matter once you have a safe home and you're related to the child. You're good.
So they just gave money to do this?
Yeah, they do give me some money.
So, Auntie, you can buy a Lamborghini for me?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Malik, but that money's to take care of you. Okay, smubble up, beans.
I will not try. Mommy, you can buy it.
No.
Wait, I didn't even finish my sentence.
About Lamborghini, you could get lamb stew for lunch.
Auntie Jessica could only come when you come in, because all them does do is talk people business.
Malachi, I'm only going on the bed.
But mommy, the boy don't even live here.
Yeah, go to your bunkers.
What? Bunkers? Where's that?
I think I'm getting pretty good at this.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your nice can't get damaged bad. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. Don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry. If your house get flooded out real bad. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. If sickness catch you off guard. I tell them never ever worry. If times fall on you real hard. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you. Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
All right, and we're back. Thanks for staying with us, but we continue our conversation discussing Tobago's Carnival. Was it a massive success, or are there pitfalls that we need to improve on? Before we went on break, we were talking about the radio and the airplay that we got, right? We are saying we, the local artists, like I said, big artists, right? Yeah, the local airplay. How was that for the season, right? Because that was a big complaint last year that it wasn't getting enough local airplay of the local artists. How was that this year?
Toa, what's that?
All right. Well, the first station that really started to play all the locals was 91.
91.
They started on a rampage, just playing. And then program director from another frequency called me, said, Toa, what them fellas getting all them songs from and I not getting them on this frequency? I said, well, something had to be wrong. And I started to just ask for every artist sending music to me and started forward it. Then I started hearing they playing on the other frequencies.
Right.
So to me, the artists were kind of discouraged in going by certain radio stations because they say, like they're biased.
Right.
Yeah, it had a kind of biasness. So we kind of crossing that bridge right now. And they actually, what to say? I don't want to use the wrong words, but the radio personalities improving, but the artists are saying some of them just too biased or too highty-tighty, as we would say.
Right.
Like them is the 96 Tobago. That's the word. That's just the word.
Yeah, that's the word in the here. That's what you're hearing.
Yeah, so
I
I just
get that interview in them stations so easy.
Right.
You can't walk it. I remember a time I used to walk in Tampere because I'm a music now recorded, and they would look around. Wait, hi, yeah, but yes, man. Come on. No, I'm not saying it's not the same. No, for me, because I guess I personally reached the point established enough where I could make a phone call, send a text message, and say I'm coming to do an interview. And I would get my interview. Right? But as the question where you say, as fast as the amount of music that they played on the radio from Tobago artists, round of applause for the 91 first, 92 and 89.
Right.
You could have turned on and people were seeing me and saying, I hear your music playing. But it feel real good to know that people could hear your music playing, identify you on the radio and say that is so and so, that is this rhythm from Tobago. That kind of feeling. So the radio station did well, I have to say.
Yes.
Very well the radio station did, you know. Can't complain.
I would say like that is probably one of the, it's a start.
That is a good start,
Yes.
In order for the Tobago artists to move forward. But it's sad that that didn't translate into the DJs and them on the road.
Yeah. And I gonna talk 2 more things about the road too, because the road a lot is to do with Juve. Somehow Juve is big part on the road, you know what I mean? So the biggest part on the road, one, we didn't get plenty airplays from the local one. Something I want to talk about also on some hit and miss thing. Now, big up Frog Angels, big up Teddy Cruz, they're my partner, yeah? But I would say, right, it definitely looked good, big band of the year, definitely.
There's a massive,
But
there's a lot of people.
I don't know if it's something that they plan to do or they have it in motion or they're doing it, but I believe you cannot have one band multiplying the whole carnival. That when you take a picture, it's only one band you see.
One color.
It looked like and one color. So it looked like Tobago just had one band jumping up. So if we want, no, I cannot just complain without trying to give a solution to see how we could fix this, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
So my thinking, because I plan it out in my head, so I'll come and let Tobago know, right? If we decide to do a limit, then you have a limit for how much people could be in your band for the Juve on the road, right?
Okay.
So then other people who want to jump in our band could now go and fill the gaps of the other bands, because the Teddy Cruz band made other bands look like there was nothing.
Right, okay.
No, the massive people was there, you know.
That's for the Juve.
For the Juve, you know. So I just saying, this is something we have to look into. This, besides the music, but also carnival-oriented mass bands and on the road, I believe that it should have some kind of, look, big bands have 200 people they could have. Smaller bands have this amount. Even the size of the trucks that we allow on the road, is either we have everybody looking good, or we looking good.
And like what it does do in Trinidad as well, is that because you have some massive bands in Trinidad. What they generally do, they would have bands in every category. So say for instance, they would have a large band. That large band would have sections, and then they would have a different name for another smaller band
in the whole band.
Yeah, in the same company, and then they're gonna have a smaller band that even have a different name. Everybody had different costumes.
Yeah, they line up together and they jump one after the other. You know?
Yeah, so it doesn't look like everybody in one big band, but it's very disjointed.
Yeah.
Everybody had different colors, different costumes.
Yeah, but that don't solve the problem. You know what I said? Sorry, that won't solve the problem, because all that gonna do is make everybody go and join the section band from Frog Angels. We trying to have other bands look good too and have people want to jump with them. But I don't know if it's because Frog Angel have the most funding, maybe over the years they become the most the biggest,
the recognition.
You know, I don't know what it is.
They're known.
You know, they're very known. Everybody want to jump with them, right? So if everybody want to jump with you, it must be all right. We could hold so much amount of people, and then after, whoever still want to jump, it have Sin City, it have this one, it have that one.
Right.
What? Look, for example, watch a photo on the screen. You know, watch the photo on the screen.
I never see so much people in Tobago in my life.
In one band on one color.
I never see so much people in Tobago in my life, I could tell you. Especially in Scarborough.
But one thing I believe they could go back to is mass in the schools. Starting mass back into the schools. Not calling it Kiddies Carnival, because when I was going to school every year, Mr. Armstrong Laggy was creating that band. We played when Shaka. I don't know if you're old enough to know this song. We played Shaka Zulu that year, and it's natural elements we used to use. Feedback, thrown out, and we make our spears and everything. And
with the shield.
So you're bringing out a school band.
Yes, the schools
during the carnival.
Yes, the school bands were involved in it, and all the children in the schools were a part of the wire bending and all of that. So you need to start back there.
Yeah, that
showcase the craft on the day.
Yeah, that will help. Right. And also with the music side, you remember I keep talking about the Soca Storm.
Yeah.
That they used to do.
I remember Soca Storm.
You're going to the different schools. Yeah. And now, but instead of we bringing up all these Trinity acts, we could do like say, all right, we're going Scarborough Sec. We know Iowa coming. But it have about 7-8 local artists. But the main act, the last person you're going to see, you know is Iowa.
Yeah.
I could deal with that. But don't make it 10 Trini acts and 2 Tobago acts in Tobago for
right.
Tobago Carnival. That is not right.
Well, they actually had something, Mason Hall School had something the Friday.
It could be a caravan too.
And they actually had Balfour, Goofy, Nom Nom. They had Prince Uni. They had plenty locals. That is the only school that I saw actually.
That was after the carnival.
No,
that was
the Friday.
The Friday of the carnival. All right.
Yes.
But that would have been an initiative by the school
By the
itself.
school itself.
Right,
Yes.
right. So
Yes.
you would like to see that on a wider perspective.
Yes.
Where it could either be a caravan where you hit 5 schools today in one day, or over 2 days you hit 5 schools.
Yeah.
Or you do one big
or every
thing.
Friday, or every, like, that's how they used to do it. Like, say the season start, and you know, the Soca Storm season starts. So this Friday we're going in this school. Next Friday we're going in that school. And you rotate the artists. You're also giving the artists that you'll organize to perform a paycheck too, you know. So that is also a form of making sure that the artists get something in their pocket. So that is something we have to do. We have to create avenues for the artists and them to eat food and perform, not just go and compete in a competition.
Right. So, in terms of actually on the day for the Parade of the Bands, this would be as the Sunday, right? Right. There was rave reviews for Saturday, the Juve, right? Everybody's saying resounding success, no incidents. But we have seen, well, in terms of Gypsy said he was on the ground in Tobago on the time, and he saw some operational issues on the ground for the Parade of the Bands itself. I just wanted to know if it is that you guys would have seen or share his sentiment if they could have done better, or if it is what is in your opinion a success in how they carried out that final day, the Parade of the Bands.
Okay, well, I actually came in town with my family to show them, you know, this band, the Parade of the Band. We were by the Esplanade, by the sign. And for a long while we were confused because everything is mixed up. I ain't really seen no bands to say, well. So I say, I went to the trucks.
Let me pause it. I do pause it because we had to take a break. When we come back, we'll continue and wrap up the discussion, but we'll continue on the Parade of the Bands, right? So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Full Disclosure with the executive every Thursday at 8 p.m. only on Tobago Updates. Real questions and honest conversations with the sole aim of keeping you fully in the know. Full Disclosure with the executive every Thursday at 8 p.m. only on Tobago Updates.
All right. So for the quick break, thank you for waking us for the quick break. But we're back, we continue the discussion. So Tawa, the Parade of the Bands. You said that you was there with your family on the Sunday. How you saw how that went down?
Well, as I said, we are a bit lost or confused because we were just seeing different costumes in 5s and 4s. Seeing some signs, Argyle, Boko Reef, but we weren't seeing like an entire band, like 20, 40 players. So my wife keep on asking, she say, where the bands? So I went over to one of the truck and I asked, where are the bands? They said they're eating. I say, eating? I leave home to come here and they eat.
What time
that
this was?
About after 3
in the evening?
Yeah,
Okay.
4 o'clock now.
Yeah.
But then it have other stage for them to cross still.
Right.
So I was wondering if the process can't be sped up, so they could eat after or some other.
What time they reached to Tongue? Because you say it was by the sign on the Esplanade.
Yes, I was by the sign there.
What time they reached to Tongue?
Well, probably about 3. Some of them was still in Tongue here by 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, and they were telling them, I heard the guy on the truck saying, get in all the section, because right after the Esplanade, by the stage in the sea, they had a judging point. I didn't even know the judging points. I don't know if I didn't read enough or if the information wasn't out there to the public, because where I was, there were hundreds of people
waiting.
Even the secretary was right there, I saw Megan pass in a costume, and I say it's just Megan and 2 others had on that particular. So I was still kind of lost. I said, where the bands,
Right.
So it's not bashing. Kudos and hats off to the organizers for the carnival, but as we know, it's a growing process, and there are a lot of things need to polish up for the next year.
So you're saying, Gypsy had a point in terms of the operational side could have been done a little bit better in terms of the flow of how the bands and them pass.
Yes, it could have been done better.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's just probably the headline was kind of startling.
How they
put it
across. It was kind of harsh. But I'm saying it's subtle that we needed to be organized
more
better, so the spectators could actually.
No, let me just say, I wonder who to blame for that, because what is it? Saturday, action like rain in this town, right? All over party.
Even from Friday, because you had the pan Friday night was a big success.
Some of them buy the costume and still thinking, boy, I should go and jump still, I'm tired. Because the amount of action for the carnival.
Yeah,
the had real action. So it's hard to tell, imagine if they set the course and they say, well, all right, this is the course where they're supposed to move. And that bad year was like me last time. By the time they arrange everybody, now they want to eat. Now all of a sudden time running is our next. What's the Juve?
So it's too much pace, you're saying?
What? It's really hard to figure out. Because what? The Juve, let me go back to the Juve, sorry. They say 4 o'clock the Juve starting, right? But to assemble everybody for you to start 4 o'clock, that's a mad scene, because it's transportation, it's parking.
I hear the Juve really proper start until about 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, the Juve they start to move real late. Because sometimes it's hard to manage all the people there, getting information to all the people in the same time for it to flow as it should. So it's not like I saying no to what Stone Tower and Gypsy was saying, but I don't think fully I go blame the... Because if you can't see the people them in the costume, where they are, they have nothing to do with the organizers at hand. Where the people them is only supposed to be parading, but they're eating. So it's only in your bad on all your behalf, but it's something we have to either hear. It's either this is the time, and if you make it, you miss your slot, you no longer could jump up and participate to cross this bar. You have to have something that really make them be there on time and do what they have to do so it look good. And we can't get Gypsy coming and talk this. What you say? But Tobago and this, we relax. We party last night, wake up. An hour before we had to put on costume. The other one watch the same costume because we jump in the last night. It's that same. It's that same.
So, alright, so Gypsy had to say what you say it was sensationalized, I must admit, by the Guardian who put it out. Probably for clicks and eyeballs, but anyway, that's besides the... But we in Tobago, from on the ground, especially and Tobago Updates did a good job of showing.
Yeah, very good
Yes.
job.
Of showing just how vibrant and active the carnival was and how
Yes.
well participated it was. So
Very good
there's
view,
the,
yes.
There's
Yes.
the evidence
Yes.
to
Yes,
say
yes,
otherwise,
yes.
I should say.
But you know what? Let me just say this. It's perception. If I try to sell something, I will make sure I put the right things out there because I'm trying to sell the good of Tobago. And that is the good for Tobago Updates because you're always trying to sell Tobago, you know, which is what we want. To sell Tobago, to show the good side of Tobago.
Right.
And also, again, we need the music that part of Tobago. So we had to have that and show that too.
Right.
You know?
What about the private events? Last year we had a lot of events. It was insane.
It was too much
It was
events.
too much
It was
events.
too much.
A lot of them events bust because they didn't have the people
Yes,
to go.
yes.
Right.
What was the situation this time around? Was it that the events, because Carnival is not just the weekend, Carnival is the whole season, all the events, all the promoters, you know. So was it that even though we might have had less events this year, were they well attended by persons or?
Not all of them.
Yeah.
Okay. From what I hear, not all of them was well attended.
Okay.
And it had, I think, one incident where the police shut down one of the events before the artists that already have received the payment to perform. Bougie. They stopped the performance within Nadia Batson, and they still had problem child, all of them
to
still.
perform. Wow. And they paid them
So the promoter now
thousands of dollars.
will be on a loss in that aspect.
Yeah.
But if you know this dance have to go till 4 or 5, you can take a license for 12 or 1.
Okay.
Because the police only going by the time where you pay.
So if it's that, they can't argue. If
That's
it's that,
it.
it's the
That would be on the promoter force.
That is on the promoter force.
Right.
You know, but
So that basically what happened in terms of they had a license for 12 and
or
they're
whatever
expecting to push for
a
past
certain
that.
time,
Yeah,
and by
like
the time
that.
they organize, because what, as they say, even if the advertiser start in time, people might get there until about 2-3 hours after. You know?
Yeah, that's the
So
part.
by the time your party start to build up, it's almost time to close it down. You instead of make half the money by your drinks because some promoters just think they get you in the party for a certain amount of period and they hire drinking drinks and drinking drinks.
They
Yeah,
just make
just
the
now
money on
stage
the
time
drink,
coming just now. If they bring the artist too early, people have the choice to say, you know what, I see the artist already, I go in somewhere else because they can pay for, they don't get their money's worth basically.
Right.
I go save that drinks money and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
So it's a technicality with promoters and when they bring on certain artists and all these things, you know. But my biggest thing, I can't stop talking about this. I cannot stop talking about this. You see all these problems all again with artists from down the road and we right here. All they have to pay we no hotel, all they have to buy no flights for we. Just give we a sum to perform. And we will shock all you. We will shock
Give
all
a
you.
stage to perform.
Give we a stage to perform.
You know, this is the most elderly people I've seen attending Carnival. I was surprised. I say with everybody
Attending as in
come out.
playing or
coming to spectating.
Okay. Yes.
Because this is what they are accustomed to. So I said, the whoever came up with that idea, bringing it back in Scarborough. I thank you very, very, very
sorry
much.
to Crown Point. Crown Point can't take
And Crown Point, the thing is with Crown Point is that Crown Point has they have space constraints. They have serious space constraints in Crown Point. If you had to plan out a route, it's one straight road.
And and then to turn them big chuck in the back by the old road there because it had to go so. It had to be a circuit.
It had to be a circle.
And if you start from by Chill Out Bar, Telecruise for Angels and them, which is normally where they start, and they come down there, you have to find something for them big truck to turn and to turn in them road there to come back up where the traffic will flow. You have to have one way where the traffic would flow still somehow. Tongue is the perfect place.
Yeah.
Tongue is the perfect place.
And generally you do have, because in Trinidad, you big mass import of Spain, of course, but then you have the different boroughs that's pouring their own thing.
Yes.
But in Tobago, you do have the things for that.
But you do that is something we now say, which is lacking. because that is also avenues for more events to take place, you know. Like
them things should happen on different days. Like,
on different days,
yeah,
like Roxborough
on
or
different
something
days.
going, Roxborough, but that is in the carnival.
Yeah.
And then probably 2 weeks before, let me say Dallaford have some kind of soca fest, but there's some kind of thing where they create, you know what I mean?
They had
but it's up in the
something
village.
this year.
They had
in
Pembroke
Pembroke had an event. Yeah.
That was pavement line put on by
Next 99. Yeah.
Trinidad radio station came up and they put on a kind of road tour thing where they do
3 days,
which was real good. Big up Next for that, you know.
They themselves were rotating the Tobago.
Yes, exactly. Look at that. That Trinidad radio station did more, I would say, in terms of on the road, plus paying, because it was paid program.
Yeah.
It's not like they call them for free and give them a blind. It wasn't no blind.
Yeah, they paid
Next 99 from Trinidad paid Tobago artists to be on the road because they wanted to do a series of shows. They had the 1-2 Trinidad artists on the thing, but there were plenty local artists on the cast. And I was like, yo, yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about.
So we need
Big
more
up
of
Next.
that. You need more of that.
We need more of that in Tobago for the artists and them. You know?
And not only, I'm not sure where they hit, but I mean, they do real areas, but they could do
Crown Point, Wayne, Pembroke, and some other places
they
too.
came to Barcode, but they end up moving it to the skating ring.
By Big Dogs.
Big Dogs.
Okay. Yeah. I fully 100% on board with you. Giving the artists more avenues to perform is generally a route to get them more exposure.
Yes.
Yeah.
You practice this way. This is how we practice as an artist, you know.
And you never know. You might have a couple Tobago artists with big hits that could sit down in Trinidad and compete with them down there.
Yes.
And for the regular Trinidad Carnival.
Yes.
And you know that when it's a bus down in Trinidad Carnival, again, work for the rest of the year.
And is that what we have to do?
Yeah.
As Tobagonians, we have to start to say, you know what? I want to see my Tobago artists in Trinidad on a show. And have that kind of pride for we, because we putting in the work. We're going by the engineer Stone Tower and them. Stone Tower them in cheap, you know? You have to get your chits, brother. You have to get your chits. If you don't get your chits, you can't go buy Tower and them. Because them have the family to see about. Them have the equipment to try to get better. So at the end of the day, we need that kind of support. We need that support from the Tobago people, from the promoters, from the DJs. Next year should be different.
Yeah.
Let me just say that, you know. Yeah.
Right. And we don't want to see no small improvement from last year.
No, man.
Big improvement.
Big improvement.
from last
because the
year.
radio station, again, made big improvement.
Right.
So, big improvement, we have to say, moving forward,
Right. And hopefully, even now, so we will even see more artists again showing their head next year.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So, because of the exposure the radio play that they got this year, I'm sure you have younger people watching and listening and saying, hey boy, I have some ideas for some soca. Maybe I can get some airplay next year, I can get some bookings next year, Carnival. And you never know. That is how the thing does develop.
Well, I heard a video from Benjai. He did a live and he was talking, and Benjai actually said 5 years from now, Trinidad will not have a carnival. Tobago will be the place to go. Because he say when he touched down here, it's a different atmosphere. It's safer. You know? So when I meditate on it, I say he have a point. This is something new. It's like the first carnival for the year, and plus it's the last on the whole chain. So he said just now all the tourists will rather wait out from February and say I'm going to be go October.
And then too is winter time too.
Right.
So them coming where in February usually are coming down to the end of winter.
Yes.
But in October time, that is when it take
nice
those time and tourists begin to leave. You understand? So you definitely have a point.
It go build. Tobago Carnival will be the greatest, one of the greatest in the Caribbean.
Right. All right, so on that point, I'm glad how you end on that. So we had to end the conversation for tonight, fellas. Thank you for joining us once again. I hope that next year again we're coming back with even more improvement, big improvements. and we could have you all again raving and ranting about how great the carnival was,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
But again, thanks to Tobago for joining us in studio tonight. All right, we are back. We're continuing with our regularly scheduled program. All right, so I hope to see you next week when we come back for the hour. All right, I bid you adieu. Have a good night, everybody.